Imagine standing at the edge of a vast ocean, its waves crashing against the shore with unrelenting force. Each wave represents the challenges, setbacks, and uncertainties that life relentlessly throws your way. Now, picture yourself not just weathering these waves, but standing tall, unmoved, as if they were mere ripples in a pond. This is the essence of learning to act as if nothing bothers you, not out of indifference, but from a place of profound strength and clarity. It is the art of becoming the calm within the storm, the steady force that refuses to be shaken by the chaos around you. In a world that thrives on drama, noise, and constant distraction, this ability is not just a skill, it's a superpower. It's the difference between being a puppet of circumstances and becoming the master of your own destiny. When you act as if nothing bothers you, you reclaim the power to choose how you respond to life's inevitable trials. You no longer allow external events to dictate your inner state. Instead, you rise above the fray, anchored in a sense of peace that the world cannot give and cannot take away. But let's be clear, this is not about suppressing emotions or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's about cultivating a deep, rooted resilience, a mental and emotional fortitude that allows you to face adversity head on without being consumed by it. It's about recognizing that while you cannot control what happens to you, you have absolute control over how you react. This is where true freedom lies, in the space between stimulus and response, where you decide to act with intention rather than react out of habit. This journey begins with a single choice, the choice to no longer be at the mercy of your circumstances. It's a choice to see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to grow, to learn, and to prove your strength. It's a choice to let go of the need for approval, the fear of failure, and the weight of others' expectations. When you make this choice, you unlock a version of yourself that is unshakable, unstoppable, and unwavering. So ask yourself, what would your life look like if nothing could bother you? How would you walk through the world if you carried an unbreakable sense of peace within you? This is not a distant dream. It's a possibility waiting to be realized. And it starts today with the decision to learn to practice and to embody the art of acting as if nothing bothers you. The path ahead is not always easy, but it is profoundly transformative. Are you ready to take the first step? The power to change your life begins with this simple yet radical idea. Embrace it and watch as everything shifts. Life is a master illusionist, weaving a tapestry of unpredictability that often leaves us feeling powerless. We plan, we strive, we hope, and yet the unexpected has a way of slipping through the cracks of our carefully constructed lives. A sudden loss, an unforeseen challenge, a curveball that shatters our sense of order. These moments remind us of a fundamental truth. We control far less than we think. But here lies the paradox. While we cannot control what happens to us, we hold the reins of how we respond. This is where the true battle for mastery is fought. The illusion of control is a seductive trap. We cling to the belief that if we just try hard enough, if we just plan meticulously enough, we can avoid pain, uncertainty, and disappointment. But life is not a machine to be programmed. It is a river that flows with its own rhythm. To resist this flow is to exhaust ourselves in a futile struggle. To embrace it, however, is to find freedom. Acting as if nothing bothers you begins with surrendering the illusion of control and accepting the only thing you can truly command, yourself. Think of it this way: the storm will rage regardless of your fears. The waves will crash regardless of your worries. But you get to decide whether you will be swept away or stand firm. You get to choose whether to let the chaos outside dictate the calm within. This is not passivity. It is power. It is the power to disentangle your worth, your peace, and your purpose from the ever-shifting sands of external circumstances. When you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, you free up energy that can be channeled into growth, into resilience, into becoming the kind of person who remains unmoved by the whims of fate. This is not about resigning to a life of helplessness. It is about stepping into a life of intentionality. It is about recognizing that while the world may be unpredictable, your response to it can be unwavering. So, let go of the need to control every outcome. Release the grip on what cannot be held. Instead, focus on cultivating an inner strength that no external force can diminish. This is the first step toward acting as if nothing bothers you. It is the foundation upon which unshakable peace is built. And from this place of acceptance, you will find a freedom that the illusion of control could never provide. The question is, will you choose to let go and rise above? Or will you remain entangled in the illusion? The answer lies within you. What if the very thing that bothers you holds no inherent power to do so? What if its ability to disrupt your peace is not a quality of the event itself, but a result of the meaning you assign to it? This is the transformative truth at the heart of perception. It is not the world that shapes you, but the lens through which you view it. A single event can be seen as a catastrophe or a catalyst, a setback or a setup for something greater. The choice is yours, and in that choice lies the power to act as if nothing bothers you. Consider a criticism. To one person, it is a personal attack, a wound to be nursed and resented. To another, it is feedback, a gift wrapped in uncomfortable packaging, offering insights for growth. The difference lies not in the words spoken, but in how they are received. Perception is the gatekeeper of your emotional experience. When you shift your perspective, you shift your reality. This is not about denying the existence of challenges or pain. It is about refusing to let them define you. A failure is not a full stop. It is a comma in the story of your life. Rejection is not a reflection of your worth. It is a redirection toward something better suited for you. When you act as if nothing bothers you, you are not ignoring life's difficulties. You are choosing to see them through a lens of possibility rather than limitation. The mind is a meaning-making machine, constantly interpreting the world around you. But here's the secret. You are the one in control of that machine. You decide whether a challenge is an insurmountable obstacle or a stepping stone to greatness. You determine whether a disagreement is a threat to your ego or an opportunity to understand another perspective. This is the power of perception. It is the ultimate tool for rewriting your reality. Practice this. When something arises that threatens to unsettle you, pause. Ask yourself, what story am I telling myself about this? Is it the only story possible? Or is there another, more empowering narrative waiting to be embraced? The moment you begin to question your perceptions, you loosen the grip they have on you. You create space to breathe, to choose, to act with intention rather than react out of habit. Acting as if nothing bothers you is not about changing the world. It is about changing how you see it. It is about reclaiming the power to interpret your experiences in a way that serves your highest good. When you master this, you will find that the things that once had the power to shake you no longer hold any sway. They become mere events, passing through your life without leaving a trace of disturbance. This is the gift of perception, and it is yours to claim. Emotions are the weather of the soul, ever-changing, often unpredictable, and impossible to control. Joy, anger, fear, sadness. They rise and fall like tides, each wave carrying its own intensity and purpose. Yet, so often, we allow these waves to sweep us away, to dictate our actions, and to cloud our judgment. But what if you could stand on the shore, observing the waves without being pulled into their currents? What if you could remain steady, not by suppressing the emotions, but by mastering your relationship with them? This is the essence of emotional mastery, the cornerstone of acting as if nothing bothers you. Emotional mastery is not about becoming a stoic statue, devoid of feeling. It is about becoming the observer of your emotions, not their prisoner. It is about recognizing that emotions are temporary visitors, not permanent residents. When you feel anger, acknowledge it without letting it drive you to lash out. When you feel fear, notice it without letting it paralyze you. This is the practice of detachment, not from the emotion itself, but from the compulsion to act on it. Imagine your emotions as a dashboard of lights, each one signaling something important, but not requiring you to veer off course. The red light of anger flashes. You see it, you understand it, but you keep driving. The yellow light of anxiety flickers. You note it, you breathe, but you keep moving forward. This is how you act as if nothing bothers you, by refusing to let any single emotion hijack your peace. The key to emotional mastery lies in awareness. It begins with the simple act of noticing. What am I feeling right now? Why? Where do I feel it in my body? This awareness creates a gap between the emotion and your response. In that gap lies your power. You can choose to act, to speak, to decide. not from the height of emotion, but from a place of clarity and intention. Breath is your greatest ally in this practice. When emotions surge, take a deep breath. Feel the air fill your lungs. Slow your heart and calm your mind. Breathing grounds you in the present moment, where emotions are experienced, but not eternal. It reminds you that this too shall pass, and that you are more than the sum of your feelings. Emotional mastery is a skill, and like any skill, it requires practice. Start small. Notice your emotions without judgment. Sit with them, observe them, let them be. Over time, you'll find that their grip on you weakens. You'll become the calm in the storm, the steady hand at the wheel, no matter how turbulent the waters. When you achieve emotional mastery, acting as if nothing bothers, you become second nature. You don't resist the emotions. You simply don't let them control you. You become the author of your responses, not the victim of your reactions. And in that authorship lies true freedom. The freedom to navigate life with grace, resilience, and unshakable peace. So, begin today. Observe your emotions. Breathe through them. Choose your responses. This is how you reclaim your power, one emotion at a time. This is how you become unbothered, not because life is easy, but because you are strong. Detachment is often misunderstood as apathy, as though it requires you to care less or feel nothing. But true detachment is not about numbing yourself to life. It is about liberating yourself from the chains of attachment to outcomes, expectations, and external validation. It is the art of holding things lightly, of engaging fully with life, while remaining untethered to the need for things to go a certain way. This is the essence of detachment, and it is the secret to acting as if nothing bothers you. When you are attached to outcomes, every failure feels like a personal attack. Every rejection like a verdict on your worth. Your peace becomes contingent on circumstances beyond your control, leaving you at the mercy of a world that is inherently unpredictable. But when you practice detachment, you create a buffer between yourself and the chaos. You pursue your goals with passion and purpose, but without desperation. You give your best, and then you let go, trusting that whatever happens is part of a larger unfolding. Detachment does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop allowing your happiness to be held hostage by things you cannot control. It means you love without clinging, work without obsessing, and live without demanding that life conform to your expectations. This is not easy. It requires a deep trust in the process of life, a belief that even when things don't go your way, they are going the way they need to. Think of detachment as the difference between a fist and an open hand. A clenched fist is tight, tense, and resistant. It holds on for dear life. An open hand is relaxed, receptive, and free. It allows things to come and go without grasping. Which one are you? The fist or the open hand? Detachment invites you to unclench, to release the grip on outcomes, and to embrace the flow of life. Practice detachment by asking yourself, what if this doesn't go my way? Will I still be okay? If the answer is yes, then you are free to act without fear. If the answer is no, then you know where your work lies, in cultivating the inner strength to let go. Start small. Detach from the need for approval in a conversation. Detach from the outcome of a project. Detach from the expectation of how a day should unfold. Each act of detachment strengthens your ability to remain unbothered, to stand firm in the face of uncertainty. Detachment is not a one-time achievement. It is a continuous practice. It requires awareness, intention, and a willingness to trust in something greater than your own plans. But the reward is immense. A life lived with openness, freedom, and unshakable peace. When you master the art of detachment, you no longer need to act as if nothing bothers you, because nothing does. You become the embodiment of calm, the embodiment of freedom, and in that freedom, you find the truest form of power. In a world that values noise, silence is a revolutionary act. It is the space where reactions give way to responses, where chaos meets calm, and where the urge to explain, defend, or justify dissolves into stillness. Silence is not the absence of power. It is the ultimate expression of it. When you act as if nothing bothers you, silence becomes your greatest ally, a shield against the storms of provocation, and a mirror that reflects the truth without distortion. Consider the power of silence in the face of criticism. Words thrown at you, intended to wound or provoke, lose their force when met with quiet composure. Silence refuses to engage in the drama, to fuel the fire, or to validate the chaos. It stands as a testament to your inner strength, a declaration that you will not be drawn into battles that do not serve your growth. Your silence speaks volumes. I am unshakable. I am unbothered. I am in control. Silence is also a tool for clarity. When emotions run high, words spoken in haste can create wounds that take time to heal. Silence gives you the space to pause, to breathe, to choose your words with intention. It allows you to respond, not react, to act from a place of wisdom rather than impulse. In that pause, you reclaim your power, ensuring that your actions align with your values, not your temporary emotions. But silence is more than a strategic choice. It is a practice of self-mastery. It requires discipline to hold your tongue when every fiber of your being wants to retaliate. It demands confidence to let your actions speak louder than any defense. And it cultivates humility, reminding you that not every opinion requires a rebuttal. Not every challenge requires a fight. The strength of silence lies in its ability to disarm. It strips away the power of those who seek to provoke you, leaving them with nothing but their own noise. It creates a boundary, not a wall, but a clear line that says, this far and no further. Your silence is not weakness. It is a conscious choice to rise above the fray, to remain untouched by the chaos around you. Practice silence in moments of tension. When someone tries to push your buttons, take a breath and choose stillness. When your mind races with the urge to respond, Anchor yourself in the present. Let your silence be a reminder to yourself and to others that you are in control of your peace. It is not the world's to take, nor is it yours to give away. The strength of silence is the strength of the unbothered. It is the quiet confidence of someone who knows their worth, who trusts their path, and who refuses to be shaken by the noise. In silence, you find your power. In silence, you find your peace. And in silence, you become unstoppable. In the relentless rush of life, it's easy to become trapped in the webs of the past or the anxieties of the future. We mourn what has already slipped away or worry about what has yet to come, all while missing the only moment that truly exists, the present. Yet, it is in this moment, right here, right now, that the power to act as if nothing bothers you is found. Presence is not just a state of being, it is a practice, a discipline, and the foundation of unshakable peace. The past is a teacher, not a home. It offers lessons, memories, and experiences. But dwelling on it, whether in regret, guilt, or nostalgia, keeps you chained to what can no longer be changed. The future, on the other hand, is a mirage. It promises hope, fear, and possibility, but fixating on it, whether in excitement or dread, steals your attention from the only time you can actually live now. Presence is the art of breaking free from these temporal traps and anchoring yourself in the immediacy of this moment. When you are fully present, there is no room for worry, no space for resentment, and no energy for fear. The present moment is always complete, always enough. It is where your breath resides, where your senses come alive, and where your power is most accessible. In this moment, you are not bothered by what was or what might be. You are simply here, fully engaged with what is. Presence is cultivated through awareness. It begins with a simple question. What is happening right now? Notice your breath as it moves in and out. Feel the ground beneath your feet, the air on your skin, the sounds around you. These are not distractions. They are anchors to the present. When your mind wanders, as it inevitably will, gently bring it back. This is the practice of presence, a continuous return to now. Mindfulness is your tool in this practice, whether through meditation and deep breathing or simply observing your surroundings. Mindfulness trains your mind to stay grounded. It is not about emptying your thoughts, but about observing them without attachment, letting them come and go like clouds in the sky. As you strengthen your ability to be present, you'll find that the things that once bothered you lose their grip. They become background noise, noticed but not internalized. The practice of presence is also an act of gratitude. When you are fully here, you appreciate the small, often overlooked wonders of life. The warmth of the sun, the taste of your food, the sound of a loved one's voice. This gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant, from what's wrong to what's right. It is a reminder that life is happening now, and it is beautiful in its simplicity. Acting as if nothing bothers you requires you to live in the present. For it is here that you are most alive, most free, and most powerful. The past cannot touch you. The future cannot intimidate you. Only this moment exists, and in it you are unbothered. So, take a breath. Look around. Feel the fullness of now. This is where your strength lies. This is where your peace begins. When you learn to act as if nothing bothers you, the transformation within you doesn't just change your life. It ripples outward, touching everyone around you. Your calm becomes a sanctuary, your resilience a lesson, and your unshakable presence a source of inspiration. Without saying a word, you communicate a powerful truth. Peace is possible, even in the midst of chaos. This is not just a personal victory, it is a gift you give to the world. People will notice. They'll see how you navigate challenges without losing your center, how you remain steady when others falter, and how you respond with grace instead of reacting with anger. They'll wonder how you do it, how you carry yourself with such quiet strength. And in their curiosity, they'll find a mirror, a reflection of what's possible for them too. You become living proof that another way exists, that it's possible to rise above the noise and live with unbothered peace. Your unshakable presence also creates space for others to heal and grow. When you don't take things personally, when you don't let external circumstances dictate your mood, you offer a safe harbor for those around you. They can be themselves without fear of judgment, express their struggles without worrying about triggering you, and lean on your stability when their own world feels shaky. In this way, your calm becomes a form of service, a silent support that uplifts and empowers. But perhaps the greatest impact is the permission you give others to seek their own peace. By embodying what it means to be unbothered, you challenge the collective belief that life must be a constant battle, that stress and reactivity are inevitable. You show that it's okay to prioritize your inner world, to set boundaries, and to choose serenity over strife. Without even trying, you become a catalyst for change, inspiring others to question their own patterns and seek a higher way of living. Of course, not everyone will understand or appreciate your transformation. Some may mistake your calm for indifference, your silence for weakness, or your detachment for aloofness. But that's not your burden to carry. Your job is to stay true to yourself, to continue radiating the peace you've cultivated. Over time, even the skeptics may come to see the power in your approach, or they may simply be left behind as you move forward on your path. The impact of acting as if nothing bothers you extends far beyond your own life. It becomes a force for good, a beacon of hope in a world that often feels overwhelmed and divided. You don't have to be a leader or a teacher to make a difference. You simply have to be the embodiment of the change you wish to see. In your stillness, you move mountains. In your peace, you inspire revolutions. So carry this gift with you, not just for yourself, but for everyone whose life you touch. Let your unbothered presence be a reminder that another way is possible, That peace is attainable, and that strength is found in stillness. The world needs more of this. And in you, it has found a shining example. You've heard the principles, felt the power, and glimpsed the possibility. Now it's time to act. Learning to act as if nothing bothers you is not a passive endeavor. It's an active choice, a daily practice, and a commitment to your own transformation. The question is no longer, can I do this? But will I start? The power to change your life is in your hands, and the moment to use it is now. Start small. Today, when something arises that would normally rattle you, pause. Take a breath. Remind yourself, I can act as if nothing bothers me. This is not about denying the situation. It's about choosing how you respond to it. Will you let it control you, or will you remain in control of yourself? Every moment is a test, and every choice is an opportunity to strengthen your resolve. Incorporate the practices you've learned into your daily life. Cultivate presence by grounding yourself in the now. Exercise detachment by letting go of outcomes you can't control. Embrace silence when the urge to react arises. Master your emotions by observing them without judgment. Shift your perception to see challenges as opportunities, not threats. Each of these actions, no matter how small, builds the foundation of an unbothered life. Be patient with yourself. This is a journey, not a destination. There will be days when you slip, when old habits resurface, or when the weight of the world feels too heavy. That's okay. What matters is that you keep going, that you keep choosing to rise above, that you keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Progress is not linear, but it is inevitable when you persist. Surround yourself with reminders of your commitment. Write affirmations on sticky notes. I am unbothered. I am in control. I am at peace. Set daily intentions to stay present, detached, and calm. Find mentors or communities that inspire and support your growth. The path is easier when you're not walking it alone. Finally, remember why you started. Is it for your own peace? For your relationships? For your ability to face life's challenges with grace? Whatever your reason, let it fuel you. Let it be the fire that keeps you moving forward, even when the way feels uncertain. This is your call to action. Begin today. Act as if nothing bothers you. Not because life is easy, but because you are strong. Not because the world is perfect, but because you are in control of your response. This is your power, your gift, your destiny. The world is waiting for your unshakable presence. Will you step into it? The choice is yours. Make it now. Make it boldly. Make it unbothered.